Last month, a Silverado owner brought his truck in with 67,000 miles on it. Transmission completely gone. He looked at me and said, "How does that even happen this early?" I asked him one question. "When you are stuck in traffic, do you ever use tow and haul mode?" He said no, only when towing. That one habit cost him $4,800. The worst part? The truck never complained. No warning lights, no rough shifts. Nothing felt wrong from the driver's seat. Just a perfectly normal daily driver doing completely normal things, right up until the repair bill arrived. Today, I am exposing 10 everyday habits that are quietly destroying your Chevy's automatic transmission without you realizing it. I see the results of every single one of these in the shop, and every owner who has them says the same thing. I had no idea. Let's go. Mistake number 10, shifting from reverse to drive before you have fully stopped. You are backing out of a parking lot. The truck is barely rolling. You move the shifter from R to D before it comes to a complete stop. Half a second. The truck does not protest, does not jerk, does not make a sound. So you do it again tomorrow and the day after. Here is what is happening inside your Chevy's transmission every single time. The internal components are still moving in one direction when you force them to reverse. That creates a hydraulic shock, a sudden pressure spike that hits the clutch packs directly. One time it is a small impact. 1,000 times it is cumulative wear that does not show up on any diagnostic scan. No warning light, no sound, just silent deterioration that builds until one day the transmission starts slipping and the repair bill explains everything you missed. I have seen Silverados that should last 300,000 miles need a rebuild at 80,000 because of 1 second of hurry repeated every single day for 3 years. Come to a complete stop before you shift direction. It costs you nothing, and it is the single easiest habit on this list to change permanently. Mistake number 9, coasting in neutral to save fuel. A lot of Chevy owners shift into neutral on downhills and off ramps thinking they are saving fuel. In a modern Silverado, this does the exact opposite, and it is damaging your transmission at the same time. Here is what actually happens when you lift off the gas while staying in drive. The transmission goes into fuel cutoff. The ECU cuts fuel almost entirely while the wheels keep the drivetrain spinning. You are coasting with the engine, doing almost no work and burning almost no fuel. That is the most efficient way to decelerate in any modern truck. When you shift to neutral instead, the engine disconnects from the drivetrain and has to idle on its own, burning fuel just to keep itself running while you use the brakes to control your speed. You are not saving fuel, you are burning more. You have also eliminated engine braking entirely, meaning your brake pads are doing work they did not need to do. The transmission damage comes from the repeated unnecessary cycling. Every neutral to drive, drive to neutral. Neutral back to drive shift in traffic creates hydraulic pressure spikes in the valve body that add wear to solenoids and clutch packs with no benefit whatsoever. Stay in drive. Use engine braking. The fuel savings from coasting in neutral do not exist on a modern Chevy. Mistake number 8. Hard acceleration when the engine is cold. You start the truck in the morning. It starts, shifts, and responds. Everything feels ready. It is not. Transmission fluid is engineered to work at operating temperature, cold. It is thicker and does not flow or build hydraulic pressure as cleanly. When you demand hard acceleration before the fluid warms up, the clutch packs are engaging under conditions they were not designed to handle. The harsh shifts you barely feel in those first cold minutes are doing real work on friction material every single morning. On 5.3 trucks with AFM, this compounds directly. Cold engine oil is simultaneously failing to protect the AFM lifters. You are running two of the most expensive components in the truck at their most vulnerable point at exactly the same time. You do not need to idle for 10 minutes. Simply drive gently for the first 2 to 3 minutes, let fluid temperatures rise, then drive normally. Most transmission wear on a Chevy happens in the first few minutes of a cold start, not on the highway under load. It happens in your own driveway on the first block after you leave because you were in a hurry. Mistake number 7. Treating tow and haul ASA trailer only mode. GM named this mode tow and haul, and that name has cost millions of Silverado and Tahoe owners thousands of dollars in transmission repairs. Because of those two words, most owners never press it unless a trailer is attached. The owner from the beginning of this video thought exactly that. He was wrong, and his transmission paid for it. Here is what tow and haul actually does to your Chevy's transmission. It raises hydraulic line pressure so the clutch packs engage more firmly and completely on every shift. It adjusts shift points to keep the engine in a healthier RPM range. Most importantly, it stops the transmission from hunting between gears in stop and go traffic. In normal drive mode, your Chevy transmission constantly searches for the highest gear possible to maximize fuel economy. In stop-and-go traffic, that means cycling up and down, every single gear hunt wearing friction material off the clutch packs, every cycle generating heat. After 60,000 miles of daily commuting through heavy traffic in normal mode, that adds up to a transmission that fails before it ever should. Tow and haul in traffic is free. The rebuild it prevents is not. Use it anytime the transmission feels like it is working harder than it needs to. Quick pause. 4 mistakes in and your Chevy's transmission has already survived roll shifts, stressing clutch packs at every parking lot. Neutral coasting that burns more fuel while adding valve body wear, cold morning hard pulls on unprotected friction material, and stop and go traffic hunting through every gear when tow and haul was one button away. Hit like and subscribe right now. 6 more coming up, including the one where your truck quietly cooks its own transmission at red lights every single day, and the one most Chevy owners make the same day they get their transmission serviced, undoing the entire job within the first 50 miles. Let's keep going. Mistake number 6. Never checking or changing the transmission fluid. GM told most Silverado owners their transmission is a sealed unit with lifetime fluid, no dipstick on many configurations. And because GM said lifetime, most owners never think about the fluid again from the day they drive off the lot. Lifetime fluid is one of the most expensive myths in Chevy ownership. I have drained transmissions at 130,000 miles that had never been touched. The fluid comes out dark brown, smells burnt, and has visible metal particles in it. That fluid has been circulating through the valve body solenoids, the clutch packs, and the torque converter for 130,000 miles, doing less and less of its job with every mile. Healthy Dexron is pink or light red and clear. When it turns dark, the friction modifiers that control how the clutch packs engage are depleted. The transmission starts slipping slightly. Shifting becomes imprecise. The adaptive learning system compensates and masks the symptoms until it cannot any longer. A drain and fill at 60,000 miles with the correct Dexron specification for your transmission costs about $30 in fluid. The rebuild it prevents starts at $4,000. GM said lifetime. Your transmission said otherwise. One of them is right, and one of them is paying the repair bill. Mistake number 5. Leaving the transmission in drive during long stops. You do this every single day. Red light. Construction backup. Drive-through line. The truck is stopped. You are in drive with your foot on the brake, and nothing seems wrong. The truck is not moving, not making noise. Everything looks fine from the driver's seat. Inside your Chevy's transmission, the torque converter is still engaged, the clutch packs are still partially loaded, and the pump is still generating hydraulic pressure. All of that produces heat. And heat, more than any other single factor, is what destroys automatic transmissions. I had a Silverado in the shop last year. Daily downtown commuter, heavy traffic every day. The owner never put it in neutral at a red light, not once in the time he owned the truck. Transmission was done at 74,000 miles. Nothing broke, nothing failed. It just ran hot every single day for 3 years and the fluid degraded. Then, the clutch packs degraded after it. When you know you are going to be stopped for more than a few seconds, Shift to neutral. Neutral releases the torque converter lockup, drops internal pressure, and lets temperature stabilize. 30 seconds of habit change at every long red light adds years to a transmission that costs $4,000 to rebuild. Mistake number 4, using the wrong transmission fluid. Your Chevy's transmission requires a specific fluid, and that fluid is not the same across all models. The 6-speed 6L80 uses Dexron VI. The 8-speed 8L980 requires Dexron HP. The 10-speed 10L80 uses Dexron ULV. These are not interchangeable. The valve body clearances and solenoid tolerances in each transmission are calibrated for that exact fluid specification. I have seen shops pour the wrong Dexron into a Chevy transmission during routine service because the bottles look similar and the technician did not verify the spec before draining. The truck shifts noticeably differently within 50 miles. The wrong viscosity changes how every clutch pack engages and shows up as accelerated wear on surfaces that were never designed to run against the wrong lubricant. The 8-speed had a documented torque converter shutter problem caused in part by the original Dexron HP formulation. GM reformulated it specifically to fix the issue. An owner whose shutter was corrected by the right fluid then had the wrong fluid poured back in at the next service, had the problem reinstated in the same appointment. When you get a transmission fluid service done on your Chevy, confirm the specification before the drain plug comes out. Ask what is going in. Verify the bottle. Right fluid is $30. Wrong fluid is $4,000 and a dispute about who is responsible. Mistake number 3. Ignoring the transmission temperature warning. Most Chevy owners do not know their truck has a real-time transmission temperature display because they have never looked for it. The factory gauge needle in the instrument cluster sits in the center and barely moves whether the fluid is at a healthy 185 degrees or starting to break down at 230. Both look identical from the driver's seat. GM calibrated it that way. But your truck knows the real number. The transmission control module is monitoring fluid temperature in real time. That data is sitting in your driver information center right now on a display page most owners have never accessed. Navigate your DIC settings and enable the transmission temperature display. It takes 30 seconds. At 250 degrees, fluid is breaking down with every mile you drive. Seals are hardening. Friction material on the clutch packs is degrading faster than normal. The adaptive learning system compensates, masking what is happening until the compensation runs out and the damage is already serious. If you tow with your Silverado, Tahoe, or Suburban, enable that display before your next trip. Below 200 degrees under load is healthy. Above 220 under towing load, back off the pace. Above 250, stop and let the transmission cool before continuing. The needle in the center is not telling you the truth. The number in your DIC is. Mistake number 2. Shifting into park on A slope without the parking brake. This applies to every Silverado, Tahoe, or Suburban owner who parks on any kind of grade. A driveway, a parking lot that slopes, a job site on uneven ground. You stop, shift to park, and the truck settles against the parking pole with the full weight of the vehicle pressing against that pin. When you come back later and try to shift out of park, the selector feels stiff or slightly stuck. Most owners force it. They have been forcing it for years because that is just how it feels on a slope. Every time you wrench a loaded parking pole out of engagement, you are stressing a mechanism inside the transmission that was not designed to bear that load repeatedly. I have replaced parking poles that were visibly deformed. I have seen them crack. When a parking pole fails inside an otherwise healthy transmission, you are not replacing just the pole. You are into the transmission for a major service to access and replace it. The correct sequence takes 4 extra seconds. Set the parking brake first, then shift to park. The brake holds the vehicle. The pole just keeps the shifter in position. When you leave, release the parking brake before you shift out of park, and the selector moves freely because there is nothing loaded against it. 4 seconds every time you park on a grade. Mistake number 1. Skipping the adaptive relearn after transmission service. This is the mistake owners make the same day they get their transmission serviced, and it quietly undoes the entire job. Your Chevy's transmission control module learns your driving patterns over thousands of miles and adjusts shift timing, hydraulic pressure, and torque converter lockup behavior to match how you specifically drive. When you perform a fluid service, disconnect the battery, or have any major electrical work done, that learned data resets. The transmission goes back to a factory baseline. From that baseline, it needs to relearn from scratch. Here is where owners destroy the process without realizing it. They pull out of the shop and immediately drive the way they normally drive. Hard acceleration, aggressive lane changes, maybe towing on the way home. The TCM reads that pattern as the new baseline and adapts to it. Clutch engagement becomes aggressive. Shift pressure increases. The transmission is now programmed to work harder than it needs to on every single mile after that service, because the first data it collected told it that was what you expect. After any transmission service or battery disconnect on your Chevy, drive gently for the first 50 to 100 miles. Light throttle, mixed city and highway, no hard pulls, and no towing. Let the TCM build its baseline from normal driving. The shifts will feel slightly different for a few days. That is expected. By 100 miles, they smooth out completely. The service was done correctly. The relearn was not respected. Those are two different problems, and only one of them costs money to fix. 10 mistakes, all of them common, all of them quiet. Not one of them triggers a warning light until the transmission is already paying the price. Hit like and subscribe. Drop your model year and which mistake hit closest to home in the comments. I will see you in the next one.